Maybe he came back.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised.
Eh,
Maybe he's an actual vampire man who eats the bodies of children and stuff.
Maybe what you're trying to say, and I'm going to go and posit this out there as the zombie master, although perhaps I shouldn't, that the vampire guy was waiting for you on basement level 2 for you folks to go past, and then shot up the ladder, brought a forklift with a thin sheet of metal, and began to affix it to the wall, and then heard the fact that you folks were coming, or finished his job and left the warehouse before Kathlyn bolted through that fucking metal back onto the office floor.
I'm gonna be honest, not really getting that kind of vibe from him, plus he went the other way as we came straight in here. It just doesn't quite add up.
So you're saying he has a partner in crime.
How would he get ahead of us to then get behind us?
it's sneaky. Almost albinos are like that.
Obviously, it's celerity.
Obviously, he's a vampire.
Yeah, it's obviously celery.
I don't know.
Obviously, it's celery and mushrooms. They obviously give him superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm thinking maybe avoiding this section and coming like up over here or something.
Okay.
That's one suggestion. I'm open to others.
My suggestion is we take this here battle wagon and use it to pop open the door of the next warehouse.
Yeah, I mean, we could just keep scavenging, keep our eyes peeled.
Yeah. I mean, they obviously were scared enough to try to lock us in.
Yeah, I think it's probably one person that we dramatically outnumber. As long as it doesn't look like we're trying to track them down, they'll probably try to not get tracked down.
And they obviously know this area much better than us if they know where to get a functional forklift, sheet metal, and the implements to seal up an elevator shaft.
Well, they don't have a
so they
forklift
should
anymore.
Pretty easily be able to avoid us.
Right, what I'm saying is if they wanted to ambush us, they would know where to if we stick around this area.
Well, if we keep talking like that, they're just going to ambush us here.
Sure.
So pick a place and go. The one I say is... I like this one. For no other reason, it's right there.
For some reason, I'm feeling this one.
For no other reason than that it's right there.
Just intuition tells me this warehouse.
This one?
No, not that one.
It fits like a glove, obviously.
Like I was thinking somewhere over here, but then it's like after considering it, this one stands out in my.
Well, here's what we gotta do. We gotta make a move like a knight and go like this. Then we can make a move like a knight and go like that.
Or
Can't argue with that logic.
Or we could just be a bishop and go straight here.
Oh.
Or we could just walk one building over and hope that these guys don't want to fight.
Yeah, I'm not liking that whole hope part.
Yeah, hope is never really got us far.
Hope kind of went out the window a few weeks ago.
What was hope?
Game.
Yeah.
Remember that thing that Kat once had? Yeah, it's no longer there. So
That's actually really sad.
Let's compromise. We'll go right here.
On a scale of 1 to sad, how sad are you?
Yeah, I'm thinking no.
Okay. Let's do this democratically so we can get
how about let's do it this way. You don't seem to actually care which one we go to, and I have a feeling we should go to that one. So
okay, let's go there.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
All right. Trusty Tony takes off on his fucking forklift battery pack.
I say we all like hold on to the sides of it and ride it gangster style. And I don't mean like modern gangster. I mean like 20s gangsters hanging off.
Yeah,
the
like
sides
hanging out the side of the
Tommy
Tommy.
gun
I got what you're saying.
Sure. And as noted, this warehouse district is the size of several like legitimate city blocks. It is vast, especially with warehouses as big as they have been described to you.
Well, we're gonna have to get drifting, man.
Same, yeah.
Tokyo drift style.
And then...
So we're a rook.
Yeah. Could very well be, yes. The trek is about as eventful as hanging off the side of a battery-powered forklift has ever been for you.
In other words, it was awesome.
It was the best.
And sort of a vast, incredibly still and quiet night. Like, considering how desolate this area is and how vast it is, it gives this really sort of awkward and perhaps awesome feeling that you all have happened upon a massive playground of your own.
With only one other kid in the box who won't
right.
fucking share his toys.
That's right, once you clear out the But you do end up pulling up to this specifically, hyper-specifically chosen warehouse. Only the side doors, like, there's numerous side doors, like, small enough for, like, humans to go through, are open and unlockable, but there's no, like, major cargo bay doors for the forklift to easily glide in.
So we chain it to the bike rack outside and go in.
Yep.
Okay. Similar situation upon stepping into the warehouse. The vastness of these things, once again, leaves quite an impression. Again, you're looking at, oh my goodness, each warehouse rectangular in shape, 30-foot high corrugated steel walls with a concrete foundation and a curved metal roof. Those large roll-up doors on one end. And again, as was the case with the first warehouse that you happened upon, this one is also incredibly empty. It once held whatever vast cargo or even small cargo just in bulk it might have held, but there's no indication of what that might have been. Just that it once held a whole lot of fucking shit. And as was the case with construction, another office area, a small office area, covering 3 stories, is designated at one end of the warehouse. But in regards to the actual floor, like, you see implements that are like sort of like a track area where they might have quickly hauled goods throughout the warehouse itself. Locations where massive shelves were once to stack pallets on top of. But nothing to that indication remains that would be of use. If there is anything, it's just metal refuse. Which, for someone who likes metal crafting, he could have a fucking play pit and do whatever the hell he wanted in this place.
Yeah, I mean, if only there was food here.
At least the other warehouse had sandwiches.
Go back and get the kids.
Oh, that was basement 2. I mean, you guys are currently standing on the ground floor looking up at the other floors.
Are you telling
those
me
person
that
witches are sounding more and more appealing.
you need to have a certain depth to be able to acquire sandwiches?
They just have a better spawn rate down there.
That's what I'm thinking. It's most efficient to go down 2 stories to find sandwiches.
Well, we
We're
can
going full roguelike with it.
we can at least go check out the offices and see if does there happen to be like a elevator type thing in the same area as the previous one?
As a matter of fact, there does. Large rectangular opening, pair of elevator doors that would have once been there, but they were stripped by an army salvage crew. There is a single 2x6 bolted across the gap at waist height.
Did we bring the forklift here just so they could put us back inside again?
Yes.
Right.
I took the keys, goddammit.
And several elaborate steel fittings, still dangling from the wall, suggest that in the days when Fort Drake had served the National Defense, or whatever the fuck the government did here, the elevator had been concealed behind something, like a bookcase or something, which is clearly no longer here.
Well,
Oh yes, of course, the bookcase, the stealthiest of all.
Yes. At any rate, there is another maintenance ladder, which is cool to the touch. Not as rusty as the one that you previously climbed down, which does go down, appears to be 3 levels.
what a coincidence.
It's almost like these were all designed with a similar scheme.
But what if you don't believe in coincidences?
They were all just prefab warehouses that they flew in, and they
just
came with the
shoved into the
basements.
ground.
Yeah.
It's clearly a conspiracy.
The warehouse conspiracy! Dun dun dun.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
I
Okay,
guess,
so
do we want to check the offices first?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
I mean, if they're empty, it'll be fast.
Now that
And,
we're pretty sure we won't get trapped down there, I feel more comfortable exploring there eventually.
And it certainly is pretty quick. I would like some, sort of like visual and perception plus notices from you. This will be at a -4 penalty due to the very small amount of light that you have as
Go
you
through
come
the-
through.
Go through the
secret.
office doors, and a guy's standing there with a sheet metal and a hammer. Dude,
What?
Yeah,
Huh?
you can make these.
Fuck!
You can make these perception plus notice rolls out in the open.
Oh man.
An unexpected error has occurred due to all the crazy rolling that was transpired.
Oh,
Very
wait,
good.
I included the -2 from before in there. That should be
Okay.
12.
It should be also -4.
Yes.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah,
eight.
that should be an 8.
Forgot the-
Yeah. Okay.
You both got an 8.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. In that case, it is the power of Trusty Tony. Sort of a quick sweep, perhaps as reckless as he is, peeks his head in, goes, "No one there,
No, in there.
completely empty." And she's like, "What?" You guys like go in and very slowly. It's like, well, I guess he's right. There isn't. But
Of course
Trusted
I'm
the
right.
Tony.
lock door
Trusted
looks
me.
clear.
basically, what's happening is like he just like looked up at the second and third stories, like at where the windows would be. Like, no one's in there.
It's fine.
And I'll just wait down here for you guys.
Yeah.
It was his profit since there was nothing to be gained from inside.
Profits.
He's looking for the dollar signs and none are popping up.
There's glowing green from rooms that can be exploited.
I like to cast detect money, detect value.
Yeah,
I'm
how
not-
many holographic dollar signs do I see?
Is the value real?
Oh man.
Welcome to Value Town. Population? This guy.
$1 to $5 signs on anything that might be of worth.
So do we want to go back down into the depths?
Is it as long as it's not the catacombs? I'm okay with it.
Okay, let's take one out of the question. And are we going down there?
The answer begins with a Y and ends with an S.
Or so
What's
the
between-
Y
what's-
and ends with an AB?
Why? Maybe. Why?
Exactly.
Wait a second.
I think we should go. I think we should at least go down to the first landing. And if it seems more like the same, let's not go. But let's get the
Yep.
yeah.
Let's get our left foot, right foot on.
Let's
All
get
right.
moving.
The four of you, once again, I imagine in the same order as when you initially, when you initially headed down ladders. Head back down, or head down this maintenance ladder. Arriving on the first basement landing, sweeping the flashlight in. It appears to be of similar construction and design as the other basement one that you initially happened upon. Rooms and hallways are positioned a little differently, but you imagine it probably served as the same purpose, the same idea in mind, which is storage or whatever for the office area. Hell if you know. There's little indication to give any sort of clue as to what they actually used this crap for. Salvage crew was very thorough.
All right, as we all get off the ladder onto the landing, but ask everybody to kind of be quiet for a second and listen.
Okay.
'Cause last time we kind of got screwed on that one.
Yes, there was an incident with singing and whatever.
I've already added the 2.
Okay.
Sounds clear.
Yeah. Fletch hears nothing more than Trusty Tony's, indignant breathing.
I said to be quiet, damn it.
Quiet.
Yeah.
You guys just shut the fuck up. I'm trying to listen.
Is this one similarly empty?
Folks can end up spending some time combing through here, at least between like a half hour, an hour. Doesn't look like there's been any sort of passage at all in this area since the fort was actually abandoned until you showed up. There's just too many cobwebs, lingering spiders, desiccated remnants of insects that happened down upon here for whatever reason.
Delicious.
Yes. Spider floor.
Spider floor.
I'm going to pose a kind of observation, I guess. The third basement level might be the one where anything remaining could still be, because it would be such a pain in the ass to get it out.
That would be
Unless the elevators worked.
Well, were these elevators large enough to move freight?
No. They'd be large enough to move people and basically objects. They're passenger-sized elevators.
So at least one of the warehouses around here has to have a freight elevator, or it connects to somewhere else that does. Or they only moved smaller things down here.
All right, you want to go down
Which
to
seems really strange
Hey.
given how large that area was.
So you want to go down?
Disassembled tanks and then just took them up piece by piece.
You can always find a reason for something, right?
In wartime, they completely disassemble the tanks that are stored in the basement, move them up passenger elevators, and then reassemble them on the surface.
Soviets will never know what
Brilliant.
hit them.
It's because it'll never be put back together in time to hit them.
Wolverines!
I guess, should we sweep the second floor on our way down and then
Sure, why not? It's dirty
go
anyways.
explore the darkness?
Explore the darkness.
Alright. You folks end up climbing down the ladder, heading onto the second floor of the basement. Similar construction. This one does not have torture implements with a lot of blood in a corner. However, the vault door is not concealed by an S-bin. Instead of it's at one end of a T intersection. And this actual crank-style door with the wheel is actually closed.
We're gonna search this place, guys? Or
Hey,
are we
Tony,
searching?
you want to help open this thing up?
Sure, why not?
I'll take a note from your book and recklessly start cranking this thing.
It does take application from the two of you, and some serious twisting to get this open. It's been a while since it has been spun open. And
Are you
does
guys
take...
the two physically weakest characters?
Might be.
But if you put us together, we make one average character.
And it...
You may-
Well, that's that one average character.
I
Both
had
of you
that.
combined have a strength of 5. Come on.
Yeah.
A 2 is an average person's
Yeah.
strength, so together we are significantly above average.
Yes.
We're just not at like cat level.
Crush
Or
you
cat
with my
level,
hands.
yes.
But then
Crushing
again,
sheep.
like there's question about whether she's actually human or not. So
Of course.
Very well.
It does take some application of effort while Potman and Cat just like stand there like looking confused at each other. But
Why the shit aren't we doing this?
shh, don't tell them.
I don't want to move.
But Fletch
because
and
you two are, well, no, I can't even make that statement anymore.
and
You
Fle-
say you two are the worst off as far as stats go, but Tony kind of ruined that one last
Tony
time.
is the
Yeah.
single digits life point wise, but he's reckless. It's okay. You two do spin the wheel open, and it reveals for one, a god awful smell. Sort of the dead air inside is finally able to mingle with the slightly less dead air of the basement, as it doesn't get that much circulation.
Mm-hmm.
Peering in, there is no lantern dangling from a hook. No lovely folding table with playing cards and a cooler full of sandwiches and cores. There is, however, instead, it's basically like a very small passageway with, it's like a small sort of like an adjoining room, basically as between where this door is that you've opened and then another vault door. This room is full of metal lockers, all of which are empty. Except for one. The doors are open. However, one of these lockers has a red cap with white trim, and the cap has a stylized picture of a locomotive, it seems, with steam rolling out the top.
Like, say,
Train up stuff.
freight train?
Yes.
Did you find a new hat?
He's had the same hat on this entire time.
It's his hat.
That means my mom was here. It's her calling card. Yes. But yes, nothing in these lockers except for that hat with the stylized locomotive emblem. And then there's another wheel door, as thick and as large as the last one that you just opened on the other
Now,
side.
would you say this stylization might imply like a conductor's hat?
No, it's more along the
Okay.
lines of, like, say, like a baseball cap, but with a pretty awesome, like, locomotive
What the
image
hell
on it.
team would that be?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Fletch, in his photographic memory, has no idea. With
It's
red
the
and white
team.
as it is.
Maybe it's the. Are we in the? No, we're still.
You're in Maryland, the Maryland Steamers.
No. Hagerstown somethings. I don't know.
Clearly, the guy he was a Cleveland fan, so
That's not an Indian.
no, the Cleveland Steamers.
Oh.
There you go.
No.
no.
I
No.
see.
Never again.
No, thank you.
No.
No.
Thank you, but no.
I'm pretty good with no on that one. As a matter of fact, I kind of wish you hadn't brought that up. Not
well,
okay with that.
it happened,
Yeah, it did.
It transpired, but we're gonna all agree that it never did.
No, yeah.
and yet we're dwelling on this team.
I don't know what you're talking
You've
about.
ruined the tabletop session. That is only a half
Ruined
joke.
All right, I'm done here.
At any rate, that is the contents of the room.
Hey, why don't you two open the door this time?
Good.
That sounds like a smart idea.
All right. Kathlyn and Potman step on over to the vault door and, with a much more significant ease, are able to spin the wheel open.
It's all just perspective.
One-handed, obviously.
One-handed. And as for what you folks find when you do end up opening it, will have to be saved. I'm going to take a 2-3 minute break.
We're going to take 2 3-minute breaks.
That's 6 minutes.
Whatever we do for 6 minutes.
Totally say things that will definitely not be heard by anyone watching the videos because Grimith
All right,
has taken.
I don't think he's going to go back and listen to the entire footage to like censor stuff.
No.
So
Who wants to talk about
So we can say things like
What stuff?
ploppers.
Ploppers.
So we're just immediately going back to the thing that everybody was trying to avoid.
Yep, that's Aaron for you.
Yep. Sounds like the right idea. That's what I'd do.
I mean, I could
Holy
post
shit.
more saucy pictures of dwarven women in the chat.
That would definitely be a thing. Yeah, I'm gonna actually take this 2-3 minute break to go acquire dinner somehow.
I should probably do that too.
And by acquire dinner, I mean start up the preparations to cook dinner because I'm an adult now.
Because you're an adult now.
Who's an adult? Oh,
Good talk.
I'm gonna go take more meds. Yeah.
So
So what?
yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I don't know. Kind of just thinking of what we should even do here.
Keep scavenging?
Well, I mean, like, so much of it's pretty much already emptied.
Yeah, but hopefully we can find something.
I mean, I'm sticking with my intuition that we should continue searching this one, but there has to be a faster way for us to kind of sort which ones are worth checking and which ones are not. Short of
Well-
going and finding that guy, tying him up, beating the shit out of him, and making us tell us about the area.
If we check all of the office areas, we might eventually find some sort of inventory or manifest.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for that with the first one. Like, if that's the first one into the warehouse district, maybe it was the overall manager's office.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh,
Indeed. All right.
Grimith, you're really gonna have to go back and like censor half of what just happened.
I said some filthy things.
It was messy,
He
Sounds
said
like-
ploppers.
covered in it.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Okay.
I have quite a sailor's mouth on me.
Sure.
Okay.
I need to go take some more meds. I'll be back in about a minute.
All right. Not a problem. Folks can keep talking amongst yourselves.
Okay, amongst ourselves.
Did these two vault doors, do they seem to be one way in terms of where the control mechanism is, or does it seem like this middle room is like sealed or something?
The middle room, since you have some time to think about it while Potman and Cat open the door, is almost seems as if it were some sort of decompression chamber. In the essence of that, it serves as like a small bridge between these two vault doors.
Yeah, it's built like an airlock almost.
Yes, that's what first pops into Fletch's mind as he thinks about it.
Which means that there should be something interesting on the other side as we continue.
Should be. Or this is where the plague started and we're about to walk into a face full of plague.
But it's been sealed
Face full
for quite
plague.
some time.
Yep, face full of plague.
Face full of plague, sealed here for 19 months, ready now after dormancy to begin its ascent.
Well, it's a little late because something already beat it to the punch.
Yep.
Chris gotta take his meds. The song's about Chris taking his meds.
Do go on.
Nah.
Top of the charts by next week.
I mean, I put as much effort into that song as you folks have into yours.
Come on. The top three greatest hits are left, right, and explore. And then Chris
With the end of society coming, I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah.
Chris, and then the third one is Chris taking his meds.
Yep.
That's good.
Now
I
we
miss
just
the
need-
company and the camaraderie that we've been able to share during these sessions.
Now we just
Is that
need
what's-
Randy
is that
Newman to
what's
show up, and we'll be set.
Is camaraderie where I just call everyone comrade the whole session?
In a Russian accent.
You should do
No,
that,
in
Aaron.
like a fake, offensively fake Russian accent.
My name
Oh,
is Vladimir Beresky.
a Ukrainian accent then.
There you go. Ukrainian accent.
In
Things are all
an
the right-
offensively fake, generically Eastern European accent.
Romanian accent?
I said offensively fake, didn't I?
Romanians actually sound like they're French. They
All
speak
right.
they speak
That would be
All
the
right,
most
all right, that's
offensively.
enough.
Romanians speak Romanian is a romance language.
Maybe
It
it's
is.
not.
What?
Huh?
Detail that Fletch notices as the vault door slowly spun open. Flashlight ends up flicking towards the sides. And it's worth noting that the walls, the thickness of the walls here, appears to be 5 feet poured in place steel reinforced concrete, which is a bit stronger than the material that has been up on these first two basement floors. A little bit stronger than what the warehouse has been itself. Sort of a bunker architecture in the sense of that.
This is a Cold War thing.
And combined with the vault doors. The chamber, which the door opens into, sweeping in the flashlight, and then initially stepping inside, in order to have to do that in order to really get a good look, is about 120 feet long, slightly less than 60 feet in diameter at its widest point, tapering towards each end. The walls, ceiling, and floor are curved to form a single continuous plane, so you seem to be standing in the empty shell of an enormous egg.
I'm back.
All of the surfaces of this egg are coated in a milky, vaguely golden, translucent substance that, judging by the profile around the entry hatchway, is nearly 3 inches thick and is bonded so securely to the concrete that the two appear to be fused.
Vaguely golden, huh?
Yes, vaguely golden and milky, translucent substance that appears to be bonded to the concrete.
Milky.
The beams of your flashlight, as you coat them, or you sweep them around the room, stepping into it, they shimmer over the highly polished coating, and they also penetrate through it, quivering and flickering to the depths of it, which flares off whirls of glittering golden dust that are like suspended in the middle of the substance, sort of like glittering miniature galaxies. It's highly refractive, and light, rather than shattering through it, instead pours off into buttery, bright currents, as warm as candle flame, and it just flows and ripples through the surface in some weird sort of light displays that none of you can really say that you've ever seen, with how it bounces and glows within it.
You're telling me it's breaking my brain.
My brain is full of billions and billions of fuck.
It's full of stars.
The floor itself, as slick as it appears to be, because it is coated with the same substance, actually seems to grip at your shoes, as if it's gluey, or even exerts some sort of attraction that keeps you right up in this curious room.
Is there another door at the far side?
No. The only door is the one that you've just opened to get into here.
So is this at all reminiscent of the horrifying golden flecks in the zombies?
Yes.
If Potman, if you want to imagine it being, yes.
Or this is something else, completely and utterly evil.
There's no
Evil.
imminently outside intrusion of evil, but it's safe to say that you've never seen or even heard of a room constructed like this.
Well,
Especially a room that's a dead end with a airlock and a lot of equipment for probably how many lockers would we guess were out there?
Like a dozen.
So possibly like a dozen people worked on something in here.
Yes.
Something sketchy.
The room itself has no objects in it. Instead, it is the curious construction that I have just described to you.
Along the walls or ceiling or anything, does anything, I say break the material, but are there any protrusions, or is there anywhere that you can see that there's glass viewports behind it or anything?
No. There are no glass viewports. However, the golden substance itself appears to be glassy in nature and fragile appearing. As the flashlight beams, as you continue to look at it, the light is slowly starting to get more and more excited. Vibrant and vivacious the patterns are as they streak around the room.
Anybody have some kind of science they might want to roll on this thing?
I don't think our normal science works with this.
You could try biochem.
You could work that, yeah.
You can try a biochemistry if you would like.
I don't think that Potman's one point in biochem is going to tell him anything about this shit.
Well, it's better than anyone else. It's better than any of us got.
No, it's probably not. It's probably exactly as bad.
Eugene, it's almost as if you are standing inside a pool of pale amber oil.
A Dyson sphere of amber oil.
Yes.
You're welcome to roll if you so wish, Aaron.
Oh.
You might fail, but you might learn something.
All right.
All right.
Otherwise, it's looking like we're basically just going to turn around and walk away.
Okay.
You're pretty darn close there.
In the process of Potman, like, thinking, like, I have no fucking clue what this is, because it's true, a hand sort of reflexively, like, reaches out to tap the wall of this thing. You know, because thinking it might be fragile like glass, so it might be
God.
breakable, whatever the hell this is.
Tell me it's not a floating liquid.
And a quiet ringing, like chimes, seems to arise simultaneously from every corner of the huge chamber, and then fades into silence, as if the bells had announced the approach of some power or person with great import.
It's the vampire man.
The room is also preternaturally warm, and not sort of like thick and cloying and oppressive like the outside air is, but sort of gentle, as if you are suspended within a pool of pale amber oil.
I wish I would have kept the fucking lantern.
That probably
All
would
right.
look really
Potman's
cool.
gonna just straight up say, I think this might be some kind of horrible, bad place.
Or it might be some sort of... Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Obviously, knowledge Eldritch lore is. We just don't see.
You need forbidden knowledge for that.
Exactly.
Because I don't know about you guys, but this really reminds me of what the insides of those zombies look like.
Tracers, blooms, pinwheels, fireflies of gold and yellow light, but some red and others sapphire, continue to spin in a dazzling array of shapes and sizes.
Okay, I'm gonna take the lead here and
Really
say...
not here.
Okay, you
Starting
do
to
shut
get
the...
a bad
Shut,
feeling about this.
shut the door.
That-
Slowly shut the door now.
The four of you back the fuck out and shut the door.
We're gonna
Yeah,
back,
that sounds about accurate.
yeah, we're gonna back the fuck out even further. We're gonna shut that door too.
I'm kind of interested to know what would happen inside if both doors were shut.
You want to find out?
If
You
you
wanna-
want to stay in there while we shut both doors, be my guest.
You'll never find that Nazi guy.